Hey guys, Electron Man. Well, we're here today working on the Ikon 52. I needs another belt. You know, that's about the only weakness in this mower, this zero turn that I really have is this belt. So I go through about 2 a year. I've gotten better at it. I'll give you a few hints. We're going to go ahead and put a belt on it. A couple things you want to do is first, I suggest you print off how the belt is ran. It's very confusing when you're underneath there, so it's always handy. I just printed this off the manual. So I always have that to look at to know how to do it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get in here and get this thing replaced. It's not bad, but it's not easy either. The big key is you got to get this one idler off. Which, let me see if I can go ahead and set this camera down here. Hopefully I can get it in position and not knock it over where you can see what I'm doing here. Which it's a 9/16. Go ahead and get down here. You can see you have the swing arm right here. This is a big part of it. You got to take this bolt off here, and it's the biggest pain. It's a lock nut and it doesn't move easy. And great, it's turning from underneath. This is why this is such a pain. So let me get my 9/16 wrench here. I'm going to have to reach my arm underneath it if I can. And hold the bolt underneath. Again, this is what makes it such a pain. Okay guys, after several hours, I've got a new belt on here. I'm going to try and show you kind of in detail how to put this on. I tell you what, I really love the Ariens zero turn Ikon, but belt's a year and it's never any fun. It's a couple hours every time, at least. This time it was even worse because let me just turn around here and I'll show you. Okay, here, hopefully you get some good light on that. I'm trying to get everything in position where you really see good here. Because you really need to know on this guy how to do this. Okay, now I got a pointer here. Okay, the thing is, first you can see how the belt is round. Hopefully you can get a good view of that. But you got to loosen this bolt right here. Well, it's through the bottom. And through the bottom there's a baffle. Let me just show you. See that baffle? And it's on the back side of it. So you have to get the deck way up. I guess either that or take it off to hold that bolt up underneath there. If you can see that bolt. And then you don't have to take it completely off, but you have to loosen it enough so that you can lift this arm to get the belt underneath on the back side of this pulley over here. The spring, I found that you can get this little guy right here. This guy's, get these at Harbor Freight, is a lifesaver as far as pulling that spring back around that idler. But yeah, the biggest thing is you got to loosen this bolt, and then you got to loosen this bolt to lift that up so that you can get the belt underneath this. I guess it's a derail guide to keep it from derailing. But anyway, you got to lift that up, and then there's one on the other side. You got to do the same thing to get the belt on that. But yeah, what a pain. But I mean, the actual belt itself's not bad. If the engineers had gotten this to where you didn't have to loosen this, or at least they should have like tacked it, or I guess they didn't want to weld it on the bottom, but I don't know, some way that you don't have to get up underneath there and hold that when you loosen this would have made it a whole lot easier. But basically, to replace the belt, you need to remove the spring, you need to loosen that bolt, and that bolt. And that'll get you, and you know, get them up to about, well, far enough that you can lift it up and get the belt underneath it. The same with these little levers here. But hopefully that gives you a pretty good detailed look at it. I mean, that it's like, I don't know, it's like a 160-inch belt, and I think that's part of the problem too. It's so long, and of course on the back side it just hooks around the main hub on the motor back there in the back. But, the big thing is I have to fight in this bolt right here, but just it's awkward to get underneath here. I mean, the engineers could have done this so much easier. If you're going to have a belt that fails twice a year, make it easy to replace. I mean, This thing's a total pain. And taking the deck off would be an absolute nightmare. I mean, you got these lock bolts here, there, there. So, I mean, I guess you could do that. You have the 2 rods here. You're going to spend an hour taking the deck off. And then I just found with my good old Harbor Freight lift, I can lift it up and get up underneath there and get a socket on it and put a wrench on top of that to hold it. And if this dang grass catcher wasn't here, it'd be easier too, because it gets in your way. But anyway, I'm not here to complain. I'm just trying to show you how to change the belt. Hopefully that gives you a good idea. As far as the covers, I think I'm just going to leave them off. All they are is grass collectors anyway. And I'm the only one riding it, and they're just for safety. Just don't you put your foot in it, and just don't put your foot in it, and you don't need the guards. But anyway, what a lot of fun that was. Hopefully this little video will help you if you have to replace a belt on it. Hopefully you're getting a good but you can kind of see how the routing goes. On any mower, you always think about the back side of the belt's going to go on the idlers, and obviously the V-groove is going to go in the grooves. But there's your blades, your blades, and your blades. So it kind of just does an S, comes back around, loops back around, comes back around like that. It should get you a good view. I'll try to get you a little, so you can see over there on the other side there too. But hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to do it. And just a little perseverance, and you'll get her done. But like I said, it kind of stinks I got to do this twice a year and go through this. But anyway, there I'm laying on the floor trying to show y'all a video. Hopefully you enjoyed this little how-to video on how to replace the belt on the Ariens Ikon 52. Anyway, guys, as always, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I mean, subscribing is for free. And it helps my algorithm, and if you click subscribe, then you'll catch, give you a little reminder of when I put a new video out. Anyway, guys, as always, have a great day. This is Electron Man.